In this golf bag, I could have the most forgiving driver of 2026, but also potentially, maybe, the most forgiving driver ever. Okay, so up to today, arguably the most forgiving driver on the market has been this, the PING G440 10K Max, or Max 10K. Bit of a mouthful. It is a driver that I've been using for the last couple of years, and you know what? I absolutely love it. But there's a caveat to that. I love it, and I wouldn't really want to swap it. However, I don't hit it that well. And that might sound a bit silly, that's down to me though. I'm not a great driver of the ball, so I want a driver that is really forgiving, a really big head that fills me with confidence. And this one does. It has been good, although the bad shots have been down to me. I can't blame the golf club too much. However, Ping have now brought out this, the PING G440 Max K. And it looks absolutely awesome. You might know, I'm sure a lot of you do, that the PING G440 range has been out for about 12 months already. And it is one of my gripes with Ping. They bring out a model like the G430, in this case the G440, have the drivers out for 12 months, the LS version, the Max normal version, the kind of normal version, the SF Tech version. And then a year later, they bring out this Max 10K, or this year, the Max K driver, which is the really super forgiving driver, which is great. But for those people that go out on the release day of the normal kind of G440 range, they're now looking, thinking, maybe should have bought that one. So that's the only thing from Ping that annoys them. But anyway, with that said and done, this driver replaces the one that I've got in the bag, the G430 10K Max. And this thing looks phenomenal. In some ways, it's very, very similar to its predecessor. In other ways, there's some quite big changes. Very excited to hit some. Again, this could go in my bag, it probably will go in my bag. Let's see if it is actually that forgiving. Part of the success of this older driver, the PING G430 Max 10K, was that it is a very, very forgiving driver. There's 10K inertia, moment of inertia, very kind of big looking, but with this kind of carbon and stuff as well. It was actually a driver that was quite low spin, so you had like good players using it, you had high handicaps using it. It was a very kind of wide reaching driver, and you know what? It has been an absolute phenomenal piece of kit. However, straight away, straight off the bat, there's some things, this new version, which I massively prefer. And the first one is behind the golf ball. It still is that huge 460cc profile that just gives you so much forgiveness, but they've made it cleaner. And they've taken away these kind of white lines that we had on the previous version, these kind of like almost little cavity bits in the top of the crown. And just behind the golf ball straight away, it looks familiar, but more refined. It just gives you that confidence. It just looks very, I wouldn't say traditional, because Ping drivers with the kind of fins on the top, they're not traditional, these kind of turbulators, but more traditional. So that's a massive big tick for me. Underneath the golf club though, we see even more change. We have this new kind of carbon sole plate here, which looks different to the old model, which helps them save weight. But the biggest thing we do see is this new adjustable weight on the back. So the previous model, the last 10K driver, wasn't adjustable. It had one fixed weight in the back of the golf club for real big forgiveness. This one we can now move. So this big kind of chunky weight is now 32 grams. The previous iteration was 28 grams. Now I know to you and I, 4 grams sounds like nothing, but in the world of golf club manufacturing, every single gram can make a massive difference to a driver, believe me. So 32 grams is more weight. Having more weight at the back of the golf club makes it more forgiving. Again, this driver is designed to be forgiving, so that's a huge kind of thumb up. But also having that 32 gram weight now that we can move to the heel a little bit and to the toe a little bit helps you to kind of, if you have a slice or you have a hook, you can move that a little bit to help kind of with your wayward shot. Or another way of looking at it, if you're a slightly better player who hits more at the heel or more at the toe, you could again move that a little bit to then maybe help your strike feel a bit more kind of solid and get a bit more ball speed. So there's that little bit of tweaking, as well as your adjustable neck that we've had obviously in Ping drivers for lots and lots of time. So some subtle changes, some kind of tweaks on what was already a great driver. I'm very excited to hit some without any further ado, because I've hit some already with my driver. Quite variety of shots, as you'd imagine with me, kind of an average-ish golfer trying to break 80 on a good day. Let's see what this can do. Okay, so behind the golf ball, as I said, it looks super, super clean. I do love that look. Oh, wow. Oh, my, wow. That was crunched. It's rare I say that with a driver. Oh, my days. 316 yards, down the middle of the fairway, 164 ball speed, 2000 spin, 9 yards left off line, which for me is incredible because I can absolutely spray my driver. I'm sure we'll hit some all over the face to test it, but wow. Okay, that was interesting. That was a very bad swing, and that's gone left, which it would do. That was a bad golf shot, but felt great. And again, it's gone miles. Wow. Oh, that was lovely. That is a golf shot that I don't care about numbers. On the golf course, I would take that every single day. 312 down the fairway. Honestly, this is the thing with golf, isn't it? If I could do that a bit more regularly, I would be a scratch golfer. Okay, so with the first few shots there, I'm trying to figure out who this driver is aimed at and who it's for, and I mean, it's only 3 or 4 shots in, admittedly. But honestly, this could be the driver that could be for everybody. There's tour pros like H.I.T, I believe, is currently using this driver. There'll be lots of ping players who want to put this in play. But I mean, the forgiveness, the look of it behind the ball, I don't get why he couldn't be off 28 and use this driver. It could literally be the one for all, one size fits all. Oh my days. A little bit high up the face, about 290 carry, 311. There is one potential huge, astronomical, massive drawback to this driver. I will come on to that in a moment, I promise you. I always don't want to think about it though, because so far this driver is just unreal. Oh yeah, but honestly, behind the golf, I just want to hit drivers, which is, I can't believe I'm saying that. I want to hit drivers. Oh my days. It's going in my bag. It's going to go in my golf bag. I doubt I'll do this on the golf course, I'll be honest. It'll go everywhere. When there's out of bounds and there's trees and there's trouble and there's a scorecard and the nerves get going, it will start to spray, let's be honest, we all know it will. But that is phenomenal. That is so good. Okay, so just actually grabbed out of Rick's golf bag the PING G440 Max, so the kind of normal Max version, against this not 10K nearly, this Max K model. And that little bit of carbon we're just talking about underneath with the kind of PING logo, it almost now makes the regular, the normal Max version look cheap. Honestly, and then behind the golf ball as well, the K version just looks so much bigger. It really does. That's one big difference with the Max versus the K. Another difference though versus last year's drivers is the head covers. Let me just show you this. So when I said last year's drivers, that's kind of my slip of the tongue. I meant the G430 drivers. That's a G430 head cover that will come on my current 10K Max. Very thin, very flimsy. To be honest with you, poor quality, not what we'd expect from PING, pretty naff. The models that you get on the G440 though, and this is the same as the G440 Max, like what Rick's been using and the SF Tech, etc. So much more premium. Small thing, but a lot more premium. Okay, that to one side. I'm gonna hit a few more, give you my findings, my thoughts, compare it to my driver, the old version, and then tell you the downside. It really is forgiving. It's phenomenal. That was hit high out the face. That was a bit of a bad golf shot, and yet it's gone 311 yards down the fairway. Wow. Healy one. Healy golf shot it was, but again, it's gone down the middle. Okay, 2 things to note. I think when I show you the data of this one versus the 10K, the G430 10K, there's gonna be a bit of a discrepancy. I have hit this one better, I'll be open with you. I've hit this one more from the middle of the face, it's gonna have gone further. By how much, I don't know, so I'll be interested to see that. Now, I'm gonna try and hit one, like I've got a good scorecard going and I'm on the 18th hole. Let's pick Marriott Worsley Park and I'm 4 over par. Pretty happy with that, played well. Quite a wide-ish hole, admittedly, but still don't mess it up. Don't want to miss miles left, don't want to miss miles right. Just get it down the middle. Bit of pressure, bit of nerves. Can this driver allow for bad shots and get me down the fairway? Don't say it. 1. Right, let's put it back. That's what would happen. I'm nervous. The hands are wobbling, the tee's not in properly. The anticipation. Can I get a good scorecard? Let's see. Oh no. And that is it. No golf club is a magic wand. That was a terrible golf shot. It was all going so well. That is what can still happen. Overall, this drive has been phenomenal, but as any golf club, there's no fix for horrendous swings. That was terrible. Let's look at the data. So I have been teasing a little bit, saying that there's one bad thing coming, one bad thing coming. Some of you might have guessed this already. The bad thing is, drum roll please, it's price. This driver is £630 at retail, which is my eyes are watering. That's a lot of money. However, if you are really into your golf and you want the best of the best of the best, from the shots I have hit by that last one, it's kind of, I can't say it's worth it, but I can understand why you might have that investment. I wouldn't imagine if you've got last year's model, the G440 10K Max, you'd be going straight into this one. But again, maybe you might. If you want to value every single yard, you can get every bit of kind of latest technology. It's a great driver. And looking at last year's versus this one, and I've hit them both, again, slight pinch of salt, I hit the new one a bit better, so I would expect more distance. But my old driver, or my current driver, I think it's old now, my current driver, the G440 Max 10K, average carry 276, which is fine, I'm pretty happy with that, 158 ball speed, a slight tendency to kind of be quite wide front to back, and also left to right, so to say. So left to right and front to back. There's a standard deviation of 10 yards front to back. Some good one might go 286 carry, a bad one might be 266 carry, and then again, wide. You can see from the blue kind of ring, quite wide. However, with the new version, the Max K, first of all, 5 miles an hour of ball speed gain, which is crazy. Again, not necessarily what I'm after, but I'm obviously gonna take that every day of the week, so I'm well happy with that. Distance went up to 285 carry average with a standard deviation of 8 yards, so a shorter standard deviation, a closer standard deviation, which means the good ones and bad ones are all kind of going somewhat closer. So overall, for me, obviously I'm just one person, I don't really know how, it must be that weight saving they've made, but that new driver is a better driver. Hands on heart though, would I pay out of my own pocket £630 to upgrade it? Possibly not, but wow, it's an incredible piece of kit. Well done, Ping. Probably will be, I'm saying it early, the most forgiving driver of 2026, and arguably the most forgiving driver of all time. We'll see you next video. If you like this one, like it, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We'll see you next time.